Hi, I'm Hayden.
And I'm Gracie.
Welcome to the Eyepiece podcast. Today we're with our friend Mike.
Hey guys.
How's it going, Mike?
Good, how are you, man?
Not bad?
Not bad.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Since I've been on?
It's been a while since we've talked, really.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
The last time, was it the color run? Or did we do something after that?
I'm sure we did something after that. Probably. Because that was a long time ago. That was 2 months ago.
Yeah, but still, like, it feels like we haven't, Oh, no, we went to Bilbo's.
Yeah, I get to get Bilbo's.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
That was, like, mid-May,
Yeah.
I want to say. Yeah, right after I got back from Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then how long were you at training?
Training was 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks,
Yeah.
so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, been a busy summer so far.
Yeah.
Well, as far as leaving the state. Leaving here.
So you went to the bridge thingy?
Yeah. That was fun.
Carnival?
The carnival.
I mean, it kind of sucked because I was directing traffic, which I
Really?
didn't think was super necessary. But, yeah, just kind of putting people in parking spots, and that took up the first 3 hours I was there, almost.
Wow! Dang.
And, yeah, there were times where I was just sitting there doing nothing. But other times I found myself being useful. But, yeah, finally they were like, well, let us go, and then we just got to enjoy, like, people's company and get to be with people, hanging out, eating food. They let us eat for free, which was nice.
Nice.
I mean, it was only 50 cents per item anyway, but...
Okay.
Still.
Yeah. Got some juicy hamburgers and... Yeah, played some football with people like Tom and some other, strangers.
Nice.
A lot of, like, younger people started to play.
Nice.
This one dude, the Stephen Curry jersey, he was catching, like, everything, and, like, he could throw and kick. He was really good. Yeah.
So what was the occasion, I guess? Was it just like...
They hit a train.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jeff Wiggy was driving his little train. Yeah.
So was this just like a, hey, come check out the church, or let's just have fun, or...
I think it's just a fun thing for families to do.
Okay.
It's an annual carnival.
Oh.
And, yeah, just almost every car was full of kids.
Okay.
So I was definitely outside of that demographic.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You didn't want to ride on
No.
I would have.
Actually, the train honestly might have been the best part. Everything else was appealing, but...
I saw it from the highway.
You did?
Yeah.
The train?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I saw it, like, I was just driving. I'm just like, huh? There's a train! Because, like, the smoke or whatever from the grills, like, came over the highway. So I'm just like, I can see the bridge, like, coming up from the entrance to the highway.
That's funny.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I saw the train, like, go up the little hill. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Where were you headed?
To dinner, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Old Chicago.
OC.
Classic.
Yep. Here's your spot.
Yep.
That's cool. Where'd you get there?
Wings.
Wings.
And we shared a two-hearted.
Mm.
Is it growing on you, or is it kind of...
It is growing on me.
Yeah, I think it's growing on me,
but that's like the only IPA I can do.
And the Traverse City Cherry one. Remember?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, too.
I've been branching out. I've been trying some IPAs. I had one at Old Peninsula the other day. Their Tornado IPA.
Okay. No good.
Not good.
Too bitter.
It was...
Sorry,
I don't know what was wrong with it. It just didn't appeal to me.
Gotcha.
But I had one today called the Smells Like a Safety Meeting.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Shakes.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was pretty good, but definitely didn't top Two Hearted.
Yeah.
This is what Hayden does, though. He compares all the other IPAs to Two Hearted.
I do, pretty much, because that was the first one I had, and I fell in love, and then ever since then, it's like, oh, I gotta try some IPAs, and just none of them have really measured up.
They all pale in comparison.
Wow. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That they do.
That was perfect.
At the same time, Too Hard's like nationally recognized as like one of the best IPAs.
All right.
So, you are setting the standard pretty high.
Well.
Yeah.
Kalamazoo.
Yeah. You got it brewing.
Donut.
You got it brewing.
I have a donut pillow.
Cool.
Nice.
Don't fit over my head. I'll just hold on to it.
Yesterday I was bringing home my pizza from Aldi and like the flap for the pizza box like flew from the wind and there was like a hole in the center and just like went over my head. And I'm just like walking my groceries to my car.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So, just under 30 hours until we leave for Honduras.
Oh man. Yeah, I think Ken just texted us and it was like 29.
29, yeah. So just under 30.
So you'd be like early Friday morning.
Like 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Because we have to drive to Chicago and get on a flight at like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you couldn't get that Kalamazoo to Chicago flight?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if they fly out that early from Kalamazoo.
Yeah, I did one at 6, I think.
Well, it'd have to be earlier than that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So,
I'm sure Ken did everything he could.
Yeah.
I mean,
But, whoa. Whoa. It's coming up real quick.
it is.
Dang.
I was just packing before I left here.
Okay.
I have not started yet. I guess I started like my toiletries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like filling up like the little shampoos and little conditioners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Setting aside like toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, all that stuff. But I have not set any clothes aside yet.
Bring some fresh water.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Make you dump it out on the plane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just fill up my camel pack.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna bring my camel pack, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that going to count as an extra bag, or are you going to put it in a bag?
I'm gonna put it in my suitcase. Because it's flat enough to where I can do that.
True.
So I should have done on the cruise, but oh well.
Oh, we got that lemon water and that lime water.
Oh.
That's good. That's what you should do. Just like put some lemons and limes in your back.
But then
the
tube on my backpack will taste like that the rest of the time.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. So I did that with one of my other water bottles, and I have yet to get the taste out.
Mm.
But I did it with like one of those little Propel packet things, like those little grape Propel things, and it still tastes like old Propel.
My parents were part of Advocare for a while, which is one of those like not a pyramid scheme type things where they are part of a business and they sell their products and they recruit people under them to sell their products and stuff, and the products were all fitness related. They were all like health and diet related. Mm-hmm. So one of their products was called Spark, and it's basically like a Kool-Aid packet type thing, but it's supposed to be for like energy and for vitamins and nutrients and stuff. But yeah, I did that. I had a water bottle that I put that in, and it never got out. The flavor never got out. And it was like a really strong like blue raspberry flavor.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I actually just had one of those those juice popsicles, like the little tubey ones that you get at the doctor's office.
What? I've never gotten one at a doctor's office.
I mean, obviously ProMed does.
Nice.
Like, anytime you get a shot, you get a popsicle.
That's awesome.
So, like, there was a time when I was in high school, and I got paid to do, like, a shot study. And they were, like, testing out a new thing for, like, HPV. which is like ovarian cancer.
Okay.
They're like doing I don't know what the word is called. Vaccine. There it is. And they're testing like how it reacts to like different shots.
Okay.
So I just got like my tetanus shot redone. I got all the special ones, but like after that, I'm just like popsicle please.
Popsicle please.
Because like I would get like 2 in my arm, and then like the other time I'd get 2 in the other arm. I got to go to camp for free though. That was
nice.
That was good.
Yeah. Well, should we talk about highs and lows?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right.
Go for it.
Me first?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I haven't thought about it. I know my low. My low is going to be my grandma's cat, and kind of by extension my cat, because I live there. Squeak passed away today. She's been on the way out. So, but yeah, this morning as I was getting ready for work, I saw her in the back room, laying there, and I was kind of afraid to go back there because I'm like, if she is dead, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I saw her lift her head up, and I'm like, oh well, she's moving, so I'll go in there and check on her. And when I went in there, I pet her, and the thing about Squeak is she's named Squeak because every time you touch her, she squeaks. She's like, every time you touch her. But when I went in there to pet her, all she did was
Oh.
I was just like petting her, and she was just wheezing, and I was like, oh no.
That's so depressing.
Yeah, and she could barely lift her head up, and so I went out to get her some water, and I brought a bowl, and set it in front of her, and she like lifted her head up, looked inside, and then just kind of like laid her head back down, and so I went and got a lid like from a butter container and filled that with water and set that in front of her and like kind of nudged it like underneath her head, so she like kind of laid there and like drank a little bit of it, but she really just laid in the water basically, just like slurping it. And so, but at least she was getting water, and after a while she did manage to lift her head up. And I went and got her some food, but she hasn't been eating, so I didn't expect her to eat. I just thought I would bring it just in case. But before I left, she was actually sitting up. She was drinking the water from the bowl, and she meowed. So I heard a little meow, and I was like, okay, so she's at least she's not dying of thirst. But I texted my dad and told him like, hey, I don't think she's gonna make it much longer. So he made an appointment for her at the vet, picked her up because I had to go to work. So I didn't want to. I was a few minutes late because I just sat there for a while.
Yeah.
But I got up and left, and my dad took her, and she I guess they just couldn't. She was apparently 3 pounds, and she was literally just like a bag of bones. I mean, when you touch
that's
her,
only her skeleton.
Yeah, like you could feel each individual spine on each. Yeah, so yeah, and
she had kidney failure, so.
Yep.
But it was like kind of a rapid decline. Like I have pictures of like the two of us, like me and the cat, sleeping, and that was beginning of March.
Yeah.
So, like she was still an active, squeaky cat, noisy cat at the beginning of March, and now she was just like, so. Rest in peace, Squeak. We love you.
Yep. Do you hold up okay?
Yeah. It was hard this morning because being in the room and like seeing her just laying there and not wanting to move. Yeah, I didn't want to go to work, but once I got to work and got busy, I focused on other things. So. Yeah, and what's interesting is that my grandma is in the hospital right now for surgery, and she's doing like physical therapy and stuff because I don't know, they did something to her hips.
Replaced one of her
hips, so she's walking better than she did before, but she still needs to do physical therapy, and she needs 24-hour care for whatever reason. So they're taking her to nursing home.
Gotcha.
For the moment, because I'm going to be in Honduras, so I can't take care of her, and even if I was here, I wouldn't be here 24 hours. So
come on, just drop everything.
Yeah. But yeah, so the house is quiet right now.
Yeah.
The house is so quiet. It's so uncomfortable.
No
It's
grandma,
like-
one cat.
When Grandma's there, she always has the TV on.
Oh yeah.
So it's just
Sun
like
up to sundown.
sun up to sundown, TV's on the
Mhm.
whole time.
Yeah, so it's
And
quiet.
when I got there this afternoon, I wasn't greeted by Grandma or by Squeak squeaking at me.
Yep.
So
Delilah's still there.
Delilah's still there.
She's lonely.
She's the dog.
No,
Cat.
she's the
Other
cat.
cats, yeah.
But she's basically a dog.
She'll play fetch if you throw a
That's all.
hair tie.
Yep.
I
And there's
like the hair ties. Or milk rings.
Yeah, definitely.
Cats always enjoy the homemade toys though.
I know, yeah, it's like, why bother buying them?
Right.
Just buy milk and
Yeah.
use the milk ring.
I know, I did get them catnip mouses.
Mm-hmm.
The Squeak liked hers.
Yeah,
Squeak played with hers.
Yeah, catnip will entice them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Delilah was just like,
So I like, you got a hair tie though?
bro.
Just like,
She liked your phone cord and that baby microphone.
Yeah.
She just likes strings and things that are attached to strings, I guess.
What's your high?
I'm still thinking. Do you want to go
Sure.
so I can think about my high?
My high is getting my Bible lesson done. I'm going to be speaking on a topic in Honduras.
cool.
So I got that all done.
Alright. What are you speaking of?
God created us to be with Him, and sin separates us.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one, it's like going through the gospel. It's like Gospel. So I'm G and O. Hayden is
MS.
S.
Have you seen the propaganda Life in 6 Words thing where he does the...
God, our sins, paying everyone life.
You have to look it up, man. It's cool.
That's it.
But that's basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
Did you say what the G and the O stand for?
God creates us and wants us to be, and created us to be with Him.
Mm-hmm.
And then sin separates us from Him.
Mm-hmm. Our sins.
Our sins, sorry. Our. Yes,
sins
our.
separate us from Him. And then mine is sin cannot be... I don't know the exact wording. It's like sin cannot be removed by our good works.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
something
then,
like that.
yeah, something like that, good deeds or whatever. And then, P is
Paying
payment.
the price.
so talk
payment.
about Jesus. Jesus talk.
Paying the price for sins. Jesus died on the cross.
Yep.
E, everyone who believes in Him receives eternal life.
And life.
L is life with Him begins now and lasts forever.
So,
Gospel in 6 words.
yep.
That's what I never heard of that.
Yeah, you have to look it up. Because do you know Propaganda? The rapper?
No.
Oh man, he's cool. He's like rap / spoken word, but he does a video.
/ hilarious Insta stories.
Really? I have to follow him.
Yep, him and his daughter just are crazy.
Mm.
It's mostly him just being like, what is she doing?
Nice. Well, I thought of my high. We went fishing yesterday.
Oh, that was definitely a high. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I caught a fish, and it was crazy.
Gracie caught a few fish.
I caught a few fish, actually.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I only got to keep like 2 of them, but
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
because they're tiny.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were fishing them to cook and eat, and we only wanted big ones.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
Bigger ones.
bigger, yeah. We didn't catch any like huge ones,
Yeah.
but they were like palm size. So
That works.
I caught a few big ones, caught a few kind of medium sized ones. Definitely caught a few that I had to throw back, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I always love fishing. We went with two of my elders, Bill O'Brien and Al Olson, and their wives, Lynn and Jerry. Mm-hmm. We went to Al's cabin out in Plainwell, and did some
carried
fishing.
Away by the mosquitoes.
Yeah, there were mosquitoes by the end of the night, but yeah, we caught a lot of fish, more fish than we could cook. Like Al was cleaning them with the electric knife or whatever, and he came inside and was like, "Hey, would you mind taking this bucket back down to the lake and just dumping the rest out?" And I was like, "Sure."
Are they still alive?
Yeah, they were in a bucket of water.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, they were in water, but and it was a shame because those were the big ones.
Yeah.
So we had to dump the big ones back in, but yeah, so we cooked quite a few, and I think we had enough.
Pretty tasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that we fried them with some
batter.
Batter, yeah. Like a fried batter.
Cool.
And then we shot some BB guns.
There?
Yeah.
Alright.
Set up some tin cans and shot them with BB guns. We had like the classic BB gun, and then he brought out like a BB pistol. Neither of us
really hard.
Did you got to use the pistol? Yeah. I didn't get to use a pistol, but
you were too concerned about the other one.
I was getting into the shot. And then he brought out a like
a legit high-powered one.
Yeah, one that you have to like pump up with air or whatever, and then you shoot it, and it actually like blows holes through the tin cans. That one was fun, and we stacked the cans up on top of each other so that like when you hit it, it like goes flying. So, yeah.
So high power one can like kill someone.
I don't know.
That simple, but
I mean, it can rip through a tin can.
Yeah. You just don't want to be too close to it, I guess.
I'm sure it could probably kill someone if you hit him in the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it would probably definitely leave a nasty mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Not enough to penetrate.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's for
we were lucky enough not to find out.
To determine over here.
Probably like there's like a sharp point on it.
Yeah.
It's just a little ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was definitely my high of the week.
Dang. So what lake was this?
Good question.
I don't know the name of the lake.
The Plainwell lake that Elle lives on.
What was the name of the street? It was like
Canterbury?
Canterbury, yeah.
Canterbury Lake?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. No idea.
No idea.
That's cool.
But it was tiny. It was just like a few houses, but most of it was forest, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Next time we go out there, we can do bows and arrows and take the kayak out and.
Yep. Definitely a nice chill out spot. I went there for a personal weekend retreat last January, not this past, but the year before, and just kind of sat, read my Bible, just turned off my phone and had no technology, and just read my Bible and prayed and took walks through the forest, and it was weird because it was January, but it was 60 degrees, so it was warm.
Yeah.
So I could go outside and everything, but it was really, really peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the inside of that cabin is just gorgeous too.
Yeah.
It's very rustic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's stairs, and the railings for the stairs are basically they look like branches. They're all bendy and stuff, and
that's cool.
They just look like branches that someone carved.
But they're sanded down.
Yeah, they're not,
They're not legit. Yeah. They're just made to look like branches.
Right.
Yeah, but they might be real branches, but they're sanded and finished, and they have, they're smooth and everything. So.
Yeah.
Laminate or whatever.
Yep.
I think I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe had the coating on there.
Yeah.
Veneer?
Is that the right word?
I think that's the substance. I don't know if that's the right word.
Right. Venerated? No, that's not the right word.
What? You said laminated. I don't think so.
It's not laminated because that's paper.
Yeah.
But the wood, the carpentry equivalent of lamination.
Right. I think it does start with an L, though. It could be wrong.
I don't know. Well, Gracie, do you want to share a low?
A low? Probably losing Squeak.
Aww.
I know.
Yep.
I got really attached to her really quick.
Aw.
You only moved in when? When did you move in?
December.
It was during the spring, like beginning of spring.
Like March, February-ish, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I got attached to her.
How old was she?
She was old. She was really old.
Yeah, she was about 13 or 14-ish. Not too old, but...
Old enough to have kidney failure.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
What about for you, Mr. Friend?
I would say both of mine were probably more military related.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you spent your week.
Yeah. The low, I would say, was... so, there was a bit of confusion the last couple of days. And, well, the day before the day we left, we were getting our trucks ready and lined up. And I was told that another sergeant said, don't worry about coming down to the motor pool to help line them up because we have enough people. So I kind of figured that meant my night was probably done and I could change into civilian clothes. And I just walked down to the DLC, which is an acronym for the Distance Learning Center.
Okay.
And they have computers there and you get Wi-Fi. So I was like, all right, I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi and see what's up on social media and whatnot. And then I went with another soldier. And as we're walking our way back, another sergeant meets us like halfway, and he's like, Sergeant Kimball is super mad at you guys. You need to talk to him right now. He's looking for you. He doesn't know where you're at. And we got on the phone with him, and he's just like, where the F did you get the idea that we can't, that you could just leave and stuff? And we're like, the Army doesn't want to hear excuses, so we just said no excuses, basically.
Yeah.
And then when we get down there, I was in civilians, which made him even more angry. So I had to quickly change, get back, and then at the end, when we're done helping, which they were practically done, so we hardly did any work, he was, like, what should be your punishment? And I was like, maybe some push-ups and stuff. He was like, no, you like that too much. And then he was like, I should make you low crawl, from like way over here to way over there. And I was like, oh, please don't. And he's like, but I'm not, because we technically can't do that anymore. But he wanted me to write a 500-word essay. Why I should be there and all the importance of it. And so I knocked that out and, I was like, hey, I kind of miss writing papers. What? But, yeah, I would say the low was just disappointing him and getting chewed out and letting everyone down because, like, that's another thing, I'm going to be a sergeant soon. And just knowing that I probably should have verified my leaving with somebody instead of assuming I could take off. And then leaving everyone out to dry, having to move the trucks without me. And, that wasn't cool, so luckily everyone else was forgiving.
Okay.
And even he was to some extent. But, there was some anxiety there.
Man.
Yeah.
So, that must have been a miscommunication because, like,
absolutely.
If he said he didn't need your help,
it wasn't him that said it, but it was another sergeant, and that was one of the issues we had this over the last couple of weeks. Was just mass chaos, disorganization, and too many chiefs, not enough Indians, kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah. But besides that, training was mostly good. And then I would say a high was actually at training. We got to let loose and we had a party and ended up playing some good basketball. We did 5-on-5, which was fun, and then very competitive game of 21 and 2-on-2.
Okay.
And had a blast playing basketball for a couple hours. Then, did some drinking, and we were dancing too, which is just really strange. You don't think already soldiers are gonna be dancing, but people were dancing and you keep a shuffle and the wobble and.
Oh my goodness.
My buddy.
Oh man, I even got my football in the dance circle and I'm bringing it in and out. And
what
is happening?
Yep. I remember thinking though, I'm like I have my football here. Like, how are people gonna take this? And then I brought it and be like, hey. So, yeah, it was cool to just kind of let loose because it's been pretty stressful and a lot of people weren't having like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was sweet to be able to drink with everybody and have a good time.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're back.
Now you're back. Back to real life.
Yeah.
How's job search going?
Pretty good. I had my second interview with credit union. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that went okay today. I'm not gonna lie though, I didn't prepare enough and it showed a little bit. But she said they might have an offer next week.
Oh my gosh. I hope so.
Yeah.
What store is it gonna be at?
It'd be the West Main one. So not too far away. Yeah. And it'd be marketing research, so what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it's tough to find those kind of opportunities, especially being so young and just fresh out of college.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking this is my best shot. And honestly, I haven't really applied elsewhere in a while. So I'm kind of banking on it. I should probably start looking at
banking on it.
And I just picked up a ton of hours at Aldi. In fact, picked up a lot at the one in Jackson. They need a lot of help, so that's going to be keeping me busy. So I won't be applying elsewhere.
In Jackson, Michigan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I got paid for mileage too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that'll help. And then, outside of that, I should be applying elsewhere.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Are you reading any good books?
Just Time Magazine.
Who's reading Mere Christianity?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be Peyton in Matt
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
Nice. What'd you get out of it?
Oh, it was a while ago that I read it. I read it during college, but I remember it being really good.
That's cool. I tried to read the Screw Tape Letters, and I finished it. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I didn't really get into the Screw Tape Letters either, but...
Okay. I'm glad that they were one, because I feel like... some people said... A lot of people said they did.
Yeah, I imagine that you could get into it. I mean, there were certainly some good stories in there, but I don't know if I would read it, from start to finish, all the way through.
It was kind of hard to follow for me.
Yeah, I think it requires, a lot of imagination.
I think so, too.
It's, all of it's taking place in letters, so you don't really get the narrative side of it.
Right.
So you kind of have to fill in a lot of blanks.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that's fun if you feel like doing a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I guess I never really, grasped, who was who at the beginning and what the relationship was. And so that,
Okay.
Well,
they're both demons.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there was supposed to be, some relation, like one of them was the other's uncle or something like that. I think
you're right, Uncle Screwtape.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah.
But pretty cool. Mere Christianity is really good.
Cool.
And I don't think I've read anything else by him, but I know that he's very highly respected.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, he's one of the prolific Christian writers.
Mm-hmm.
You guys been reading anything currently?
I read Ephesians. Read Ephesians.
Yeah.
And had to write a paper on it last week. I feel like I did pretty good.
Sweet.
I mean, I haven't checked my grade for it yet, but I feel like I did pretty good. Because I had to basically write on the Paul's view of the church in Ephesians. So I went the route of basically talking about all the images that he uses, like the image of son and how we're adopted as sons, and that we are made one with Christ, who is the Son, and we have an inheritance from the Father and everything. So there's all these things that point to the church being the Son of God. And then there's also images of like a temple, like being built like on the foundations of the apostles and the prophets. Christ being the cornerstone, of the temple and dwelling place of the Spirit. So there's also images quite a few images of the church being a body. That's quite a common one. And Christ being the head. And then, of course, in Ephesians, you get the husband and wife thrown into the mix, where the husband is the head, the wife is the body, just as Christ is the head of the church. And then there's, indications of what, Christ does for the church. He nourishes and cherishes the church, sanctifies it, presents it to himself as a beautiful bride and everything. So, and then the armor of God in chapter 6 kind of points to how God protects his body, by putting on the full armor and protecting from outside attacks and everything. So lots of imagery and metaphor and stuff. So.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
But very insightful.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite books in the Bible.
It's incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Other than that, I'm supposed to be reading like 3 other books, but you really got time for that. So.
For school?
Yeah. I'm actually supposed to be writing a paper for this week, which I'm going to be gone for, and I haven't even started writing the paper because I have to write my part of the lesson for the S in gospel. Yeah. So I have to write that, and then I also have to write my testimony. So
we got a lot.
I do.
Hey, there's such thing as plane work.
That's true. Yeah, I could definitely do it on the plane.
If we're not asleep.
That should be fine. Eat some coffee.
Right.
One of those Starbucks double shots.
Oh yeah.
Or get a goo packet.
No, I can't stand those.
Ah!
Ugh.
What's that?
The goo packet, like for runners? You never seen those?
No.
Oh, man.
It's like this little package. You like rip off the top and you suck all this stuff out of it. It's like the consistency of like really thick pudding. It just has a terrible texture. And it's
like this consistency of honey, but like the flavor of grass. I don't know. It's disgusting. Whatever.
Yeah, but it does give you a whole ton of energy. Yeah. That's why people eat it when they're doing like marathons and stuff.
Yeah,
because it's like a lot of chemicals that you throw into your body all at once and it makes you run fast. So,
a goo package.
A goo package.
Yeah, I think it's just GU.
Yeah. Then we had Goo Brew. Which is just electrolyte water.
Yeah. Which was actually good. It was basically Gatorade. Okay. I don't know how that can have the same name attached to it. When...
Well, probably because it's the same brand.
Yeah, but why do they make, yummy drinks? And
So what have you told your professors about missing class?
I told them that I'm missing class. And it's kind of nice, being in a Christian college because we do prayer requests, so everybody's praying for the trip.
Sweet.
But yeah, so they all know. Apparently, according to one of my classmates, my makeup assignment is going to be I have to read a book about the subject of the class, which is church ethics, and I have to write a paper and present like a 5-minute presentation on it.
Ouch.
Ugh, I know. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to pick a short book if I can even find one.
Right.
And yeah, I'm not too worried about presenting because I'm comfortable with my classmates. I've been taking classes with them for almost a year, so
that really helps.
Yeah. So some of them I would consider pretty good friends. So
sweet. How big is your class?
Oh, there's like 10 of us.
10
or 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could do pretty good with like a small class. Even in crew, when I knew a lot of people, it was still tough to get like a God story.
Mm-hmm.
So that was annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have 10 people going on this trip too, so
yeah.
I can't wait to like miss them.
Right.
Oh.
Because you know what's gonna happen. Like you just can't stand being away from each other. So it's just like
mm-hmm.
it'd be like such an emotional reunion back at church on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did that when we had Big Break that one year. Yeah. It was super tiny.
Yep.
We're just like, oh, I miss you so much. I just can't stand being away from you.
I'm excited. We only have 3 students going.
3 students and 7 adults.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, who's youngest? Or what?
Matthew, I think. Yeah, Matthew's a freshman.
Okay, in high school.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Freshman, sophomore, and junior, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
The oldest person going is, how old is he?
Is it Denny or
Denny,
Ken?
Yeah.
Denny. I don't know how old he is.
It's Denny.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know.
He's not that old.
No.
Well, I don't know. Ken's not that old either, but yeah, I'm assuming Denny's probably older.
Erica's going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shouts out Erica.
Man, we need to get Erica on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, please.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it on the trip.
Oh my gosh, please.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so should we wrap this up?
Sure.
Alright. So Mike, what can we pray for?
Probably just like obedience and seeking out God, put Him before me and my will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just direction.
Okay.
pray for the job to go through, huh?
That too, yeah. If that's kind of direction.
Yeah. What about you, Hayden? Prayer request?
The trip, and all of us to.
Is it time management?
Yeah, for all of us who are speaking to effectively share the gospel, and also for me to get my homework done.
I think for me it's probably the trip and getting enough sleep and getting all the packing done and last minute things. So
what time do you got to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got all day.
Yeah, I do. So it won't be really that big of a deal, but at the same time, it's like I still have to do laundry and do stuff like that. So, should we plug social media?
Yeah. Check us out on, obviously, YouTube and on CastBox, and share us with your friends, and subscribe. And you can
please subscribe!
Yeah, and you can find us on Instagram. Is it Eyepiece or Eyepiece?
It's Eyepiece_Eyepiece.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram.
We're really bad at updating it, but still follow us regardless.
We'll try. We should do like behind the scenes stuff for the Instagram and YouTube. We're going to be putting up some new videos soon. Gracie's working on the cruise video still.
I'm still like whittling away at Cozumel, and it's hard because there's over 2 hours of footage to go through all of our videos taken from Cozumel.
You can do it.
I can do it, but
we'll definitely take videos in Honduras. So
we'll both have GoPros.
Yeah,
the dueling GoPros.
Yeah, so look forward to those.
Mike, do you want to plug your social media? You want to have people follow you on?
Sure, follow my YouTube. Lots of parkour and other stuff. Mr. MC Sports.
Mr. MC Sports.
One word.
On YouTube, if you're into parkour, which you should be.
And other adventurous videos.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. Signing off.
Peace.
Adios.
In the country. Next one will be in the country.
Yeah.
Honduras! Woo!